Hi, I'm Dave Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on Zelda's Kitchen Witches, and this is a wonderful organization. We have a couple of members of this organization with us today. On my immediate right, Maria Desmond, who is Vice President of Zelda's Kitchen Witches, and then on her right, Janet Koliopoulos, who is one of the directors, one of the board members. And so we want to find out what Zelda's Kitchen Witches are and what they do, and there's a lot of great information here. I think a really important message. Thank you both for being here. Janet, do you want to tell us first, what is the organization? What's the mission or purpose of the organization?
Well, the organization is a group of women who have gotten together who are helping women that are coming from domestic abuse situations. These women usually leave with the clothes on their back, and that's it. And so what we've, with the Crisis Center, the South Suburban Crisis Center, they reached out and said that they needed whatever help that they needed to supply with kitchen materials, you know, dishes, glassware, pots, pans, things like that. So that's when we stepped in and decided to furnish these items. We do them with showers, started out with a shower at someone's home, like a bridal shower. And Maria was the first one to host one of those bridal showers. And that was my first introduction to Zelda's. And I was just floored with what they were doing and how they were helping these women. So in the so again, going fast forward, we've had more showers, and now we've partnered with other groups to help women move into these transitional housing after they after, you know, the Southwest Suburban Women's Group helps them find housing, and then we help outfit their kitchens with all of the things that they need.
Right, so to make sure I understand, it sounds like you fundraise or you collect items to help people transition. The people, you're not actually dealing with the person. That happens through the Crisis Center.
Yes,
correct?
exactly.
Okay.
So,
but obviously, yeah, there's a tremendous need here because we can, you know, Crisis Center can help them find a place, but how about, is it furnished in any way? Can they function in that house or in that apartment, whatever the situation is? Maybe, you know, and I'd like your reference to Maria, like hosting that first, you know, shower-like event. How did you get started, Maria? How did that happen?
Well, you know, it was right at the same time. Janet Evans, who really was the visionary for this, she posted on Facebook. You know, that's a tool that older women use to communicate very effectively. And she posted, if there's anyone interested in brainstorming to see what we could do to help women fleeing domestic violence. So there were a couple of us that said, oh, sure, we're interested, and we met at a local, in a local church, and we brainstormed on what to do, and we said, okay, let's try, and that's how the idea of showers came along. At first, we were going to have a third party help us in hosting the shower, and we said, you know, we've hosted showers before, we can do it. So the first shower, as Janet indicated, was held the summer of 2018. And from that, we've had numerous ones. But something happened then, a couple years later. COVID hit. And so that brought all of our fundraising in a personal sense to a halt. But we were able to work very closely with an organization that Janet's involved with. Maybe you could...
St. Helens Women's Philoptochos, which is the philanthropic arm of the Greek Orthodox Church, and we're located in Palos Hills.
So you don't just work with the Crisis Center.
No.
You work with other organizations to assist women who need
Exactly.
help. Okay.
So with their help, they had many events where people could just drop things off there. We were able to keep our supplies because they were dwindling from the showers, but with their help, our supplies were replenished, and we were able to help to continue our program going. To give you an idea, this was just in 2018, we've helped over 250 women fleeing domestic violence. In addition to the Crisis Center, which is our biggest, they are like our clearinghouse. We want to make sure that women then need help, there's a screening. What do they need? So from the crisis center, they give us a list of what they need, as you indicated, and we also work with Home to Home, which is another organization out of Burr Ridge or
The
Hinsdale,
western suburbs.
and they also have a screening mechanism, and we help to furnish kitchens there. Recently, we've also helped some other local charities, but we want to make sure there's a screening mechanism for it.
I mean, it sounds like the work that you're doing is like desperately needed. I mean, there's a tragedy here, but a beautiful thing, going on, that you're able to provide this type of assistance for somebody. That number is kind of alarming. I mean, I'm glad that you're able to help over 250 people. I'm kind of horrified that there are 250 people who are in this situation. I'm sure there's more.
Right.
It may be, and you started talking, Janet, you were mentioning earlier, you talked about the shower, the types of, you're not talking necessarily about furnishing a house or an apartment, you're targeting the kitchen.
Just the
We're
kitchens.
targeting the kitchen.
So do you want to talk a little bit about what are the types of things that you collect? Why those things? Because I know the story, I like it, it's a beautiful thing, but the types of things you collect and who and where they're going.
Okay, well, of course, they're kitchen items. They're dishes, glasswares, coffee pots, blenders, things like that. I had helped with one of the move-ins, and the woman that we moved, she was already living in this apartment, and she had nothing but like boxes of cereal, no dishes, kids were sleeping on the floor, and so she had nothing. They were just literally eating out of boxes and stuff. They didn't have anything. So we brought in all of the, the kitchen items, Pyrex blenders, toasters, can openers, crock pots,
So many things we tend to take for granted.
Exactly.
Like having a bowl of cereal.
You literally leave with the clothes on your back. So you're not taking your dishes with you, So we helped, and then there was another group, Maria mentioned Home to Home. They came in and brought all the furniture. So they brought furniture, they brought the beds, they brought pictures on the walls. It was amazing. When we were done, we had this little apartment in Cicero, I think it was, and it was just bare walls, nothing. And like I said, they had like a mattress on the floor where the kids were sleeping, and nothing, just boxes of things in the cabinets, and it was a home when we left, and it was amazing.
That's it. I'm imagining, like, when you can add furnishings, when you know that you can go into the kitchen and make a cup of coffee, or you can make toast, or it feels like a home again, or
exactly,
it can feel like a place you can feel comfortable, right?
Can I just add something to that? And microwaves were also a big item that was necessary. We're not talking about the big ones, but just the little mini ones. So one of the ladies in our group, she's responsible. She provides all the microwaves for the 250 move-ins, and that is so appreciated because,
Again,
it makes it easy to warm up a meal.
Try living without these things for a little while.
You can't.
You can't, right?
No, you can't.
So it sounds like there's a lot of moving parts here, because you're collecting donations and you're hosting events, and I guess I want to transition to that next. What events do you have coming up? And I'm imagining people are like, yes, this is an organization we should be supporting. Right? What events do you have coming up?
Okay, well, coming up soon is October 1st, and we're hosting a brunch/lunch/shower at the Olympia Fields Country Club, and women will, come, and you can go on our website on the QR code that we have, and women can order things right off our Amazon. Zelda has an Amazon webpage that are a list of items that they can automatically just download that, take and send. It'll go automatically to Zelda's. So that's the recent thing that we have set up. And like Maria had said, when COVID hit, we kind of like stopped the showers. Would be nice if we can, reiterate those, bring those back. Also, the luncheon that we're having, we honor it's like a recognition luncheon. And this year, Zeldas is recognizing the women's group that I belong through St. Helens with our participation. And like she said, we would host a party or our last meeting of the year or Christmas event. I would tell the women to bring an item for Zeldas, and that's how we got involved. And it's like she said, we would do it throughout the year, and then those items helped get through with COVID. So they're being so gracious to honor our organization this year.
So
can I? And also during the whole month of October, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we have 3 different locations that if any of
people can drop off.
People can drop them off. In Palos Heights, it's Salon L. In Palos Park, it's the Palos Park Library, and also Chick Salon in Palos Park. And I know the library has already received some very generous donations that people have dropped off just by hearing it. So that's an easy way to get involved.
Thank you. That was you read my mind, because I said, what if they can't make the lunch on October 1st, or that it's coming up so fast, and the need never goes away.
Exactly.
It's not like October 1st happens.
Right.
So,
Yes, and then to add to that, people hear about that. They say, well, we can't come to the luncheon. We'd like to do something. So some of the ladies are hosting their own little mini shower. One is doing it through her card group. She has 10 ladies getting together once a month. She goes, do you mind if we collect items at our next meeting, and can you come and pick them up? And I said, certainly. So that's another offshoot. And another lady said, well, my neighbors want to do something. I said, well, they can come. Oh, no, they don't want to come. They want to do something in the neighborhood. And they did something last year for us. And the ladies this year said, we want to do it in a big way this year. And I said, oh, my goodness. So they're, going around to their friends in the neighborhood, and they're collecting items through the month of October. So there's different ways of doing it.
It's a genuine, grassroots kind of movement.
Yes, totally
Exactly.
grassroots. It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, when she's talking about these other events, I have a niece who was at the shower that I threw at my home, and also at the event that we had last February, and she is involved. She knows they have a couple of restaurants or bar-type restaurants in the western suburbs, and they're looking for places to donate, locally. And she contacted me, and they're, I think it's Wednesdays in September, so it's almost over, that the proceeds would go to Zeldas. They're going to be contributing. I think it'll be more of cash proceeds as opposed to can openers, but we can use cash also, because the items we don't have, we can purchase then ourselves.
Right.
And I could see where you might have an uneven, you've got several this item, but you're thin on this item.
Exactly. That happens.
Exactly.
Yes.
Totally.
And maybe we're kind of transitioning to the next thing. So there's a variety of ways for people to donate. I'm going to guess that they can go to your Facebook page or website.
Yes,
or
right,
Facebook.
website, yeah.
Okay, so to get more information, so check out their Facebook page or the website. The second thing I wanted, what if the person, they want to donate their time, or they want to host an event? How do they set that up with you?
We've had people that are hosting the mini events, and if they can contact us via our Facebook or our Facebook page or AOL.
Website, you have your
email address on there. And we currently, I know next week there's one that's hosting a mini event in their home, and just with 10 or 12 people, and they have the needs list, and one of us will be there to tell them about it. And another one is hosting, and they came to our showers before, and they say, we want to do it. Like your
exactly, like my niece.
Yes, and another one is hosting one in December in her house, and she goes, I'll have about 10 people, and that's perfect, because from that, like you said, it's a grassroots effort. We're getting more and more people.
And then you can help.
Totally.
So if somebody wants to do this, you can help them kind of manage it so they...
Totally.
Okay.
We'll print the invitations, we'll send them the needs list, be there to assist them in explaining the program to their guests. Yes, we'll definitely be there.
And then from there, you're dealing with the Crisis Center, the other organizations.
Totally. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It sounds like you're doing amazing work, really. So thank you for doing that. Are there any other events or programs or things coming up that you want to mention that people should be aware of? I know we've touched on several here.
The big one is October 1st. There aren't any large events coming up. I know there's one at the McCord House for the university women. Different groups are hosting them throughout. So if they're interested in hosting, just contact us. We'd love to
check
help
the
them.
website, check the Facebook page, email, and get involved.
And get involved also by, if any of the drop-off locations are nearby, just simply drop things off there. Anytime.
Anytime. Okay. And the drop-off locations in the immediate, again, do you want to say again? You have Salon L?
Right. In Palos Heights, we have the Palos Park Public Library and Chick Salon in Palos Park.
Palos Park. Okay. Janet, thank you very much. Maria,
You're
thank you very
welcome.
much.
Thank
and thank you for the work that you're doing.
Well,
So
thank you
important. So vital.
for
Thank you.
hosting this. Thank you.
I'm Dave Wurzel, and you've been watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on Zelda's Kitchen Witches, and we encourage you to assist or volunteer or donate in any way possible. Thank you for watching.